Hello fellow humans, and today I want to talk about possibly the most overlooked skill in World of Tanks Blitz, and that is speed. I'm going to start off with this replay in the Sheridan, and then after that I will show you a game in an unlikely tank with two of the rarest medals that you can obtain in World of Tanks Blitz. But first, have a look at this game. The Sheridan is one of the easier no armor vehicles to play, because the thing about armor is a safety net. If you happen to be not a good player, or if you're not experienced, then armor will save you from bad decisions. The enemy might bounce, the enemy might ricochet, something like that. That simply won't happen if you don't have any armor. The only safety net you have when you don't have armor is your skill. Because at that point, and pretty much with any tank, your knowledge of the vehicle matters significantly more than the performance of the vehicle itself. Pretty much all tanks within World of Tanks Blitz are sort of within the same performance range. The difference between a 40% player and a 60% player is not the vehicle, it's obviously the player. Now, some tanks, like a Smasher, will get you a lot easier to get high damage. But still, what matters most is your performance. So now, we're going to talk about the vehicles that require only that have no help in that regard, and one of them is the Sheridan. Now, this vehicle does have an advantage because it has high alpha damage. Because, let's have a look. With this vehicle, to do 2000 average damage, you need to peek and shoot and penetrate 4 times. If you want to do the same with an Option 140, you have to do it 6 times, which means in this vehicle, you're significantly less likely to be shot back if you only peek those 4 times and penetrate your shots, right? So, higher alpha damage on a no-armor vehicle can be an advantage because you just simply have to expose yourself a lot less, and therefore the enemy has less opportunity to shoot you. Now, ideally, if you have no armor, you tend to have excellent mobility, unless you're playing the Stura Emil, at which point, why would you do that? But what you should do is like and subscribe. So do that. Now, the thing is, you have the mobility, but with mobility comes great responsibility. Mobility is only useful if you have 2 things, and that is map knowledge and driving skill. I personally don't have any driving skill, but I do have map knowledge. I know each rock at this point. I've played 50,000 battles, and to be fair, I have a very good mind for images, so it's very easy for me to remember things like that. So if you happen to be more of a text person, then ouch. But now, here we go. That is beautiful, and this battle is not going to end as you would have expected, because now I don't have any mobility anymore, because there's a 60 TP in front of me, and he's sideways. This is not ideal. So, you should not ideally sit there. But now, what he should do right here, the 60 TP is completely unaware of, so let's pause right here. So, if the 60 TP would be a more mindful player, what he would do right now is he would just go forward, because right now I can't get out, and he knows I'm here. So what he should do at this point is just get forward and then go to the left or to the right, so that if he dies, I can at least get out. I have a chance of getting out. And now he fires, he aims, and now he's exactly doing that. You see? Now he's getting to the side, which allows me to open up and now get out. But unfortunately, his turret falls right into the wrong place, which means that now I can't get out, which is very unfortunate. Now, I have a low roll on the Chieftain, and unfortunately, the Chieftain is now going to finish me off with his gun. But you see, things like that, I know what the 60 TP has to do to make it work for me. And that is another very important thing to consider, is that if you know what your team is doing and what they're not doing, then you're going to do a lot better, right? And now, what's going to happen here? The Chieftain doesn't matter, because of course they're not gonna win, but 6.3k damage. I did all I could, and if you happen to have a game like this, don't be sad, because you won. It's the team that let you down. Now, the Type 71 might be quite a weird and pretty horrible vehicle, but again, if you're an excellent player, you can even squeeze a lot of performance out of this thing. And the easiest way to do that is just simply to squeeze the enemy's balls very hard.
Squeeze his balls.
Right. Now, this tank isn't great, it doesn't have any armor, so you have to rely completely on your own skill and your knowledge. What I'm going to do here on mine is I'm going to go up the hill. Lorraine's going to, I don't know what they're doing. I obviously have the great fortune that the enemy team is a bit dumb, which always helps. Now here's the thing, right? You can't expect to have amazing games all the time. You have to have the right team, you have to have the right enemy team. If your team is bad, and the enemy team is slightly worse, that is the perfect ways to carry a battle, because then your team isn't going to steal much damage from you, but the enemy are also not able to get a significant advantage to get the victory. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get a significant advantage. The T-54 is already gone. I know there's a WT back there. And you probably saw me peeking that T-54 and be like, why do you peek that aggressively? Here's the thing. Here's what I love about World Tanks Blitz, right? I've played this game for almost 9 years at this point, and I know what I'm doing wrong. But I also know that some things that I do wrong won't be punished. And if you do it wrong, and you won't be punished for it, you're doing it right. At least in the context of Blitz. So, sometimes you can do things that are bad. Like, for example, what I'm going to do now here. I know that the WT can peak this angle. Like, between this rock right here and this rock, the WT has fire control. But I also know on the minimap that he's being pressured by 4 tanks, which means he's busy with other things. He has other problems to worry about, which means I'm just going to peek out here because it doesn't really matter. I've got enough hit points to cover anyway, and now I've got a complete shooting gallery down there of enemy vehicles. And I'm just going to re-peek this guy because there are good chances that he's simply not going to be able to shoot back. I also know I have the better rate of fire, which means I can re-peek and he can peek back. Because the chances are that I'm good at peeking quickly, right? Moving in and out very quickly is a skill that you should definitely want to have if you want to play vehicles like this that don't have armor. Because then your ability is your armor. Now, the faster you can peek, the less time the enemy has to aim, the less time they can adjust their aim, the less time they have to fire. If you peek extremely quickly, they're not going to have any chance to fire back, which is why I love fast acceleration vehicles like the Leopard. Top speed is not everything. Acceleration is significantly important if you want to play vehicles like this. The faster acceleration they have, the easier you can fast peek. And now what I'm going to do, I know that WT, I know he's spotted right now. I can see him. I know he's going to, look at that, he's driving out. I'm going to shoot into the bush. Boom, there's a free shot. That's the thing. That is the 3 basic pillars of World of Tanks Blitz. Game knowledge, tank and map knowledge. Game speed, how fast can you pick, and human knowledge. What happens, how people play. Right? You gotta know how the maps work. You gotta know how your own tank works. And you gotta know what the enemy is going to do, and also what your own team is going to do. If you master those 3 pillars, you're good at this game. So, that obviously is a lot easier said than done. It took quite a while, and now look at that. The Rangers peeks carelessly as a one-shot, and I finish him off because I am pretty damn fast at peeking. Now, it is a lot easier on PC, no doubt about that, that you can get higher performance if you are playing this game on a PC, because a mouse is just a lot more accurate and a lot more precise than a touchpad. So, now I'm just going to peek the ammo. Because at this point, I still have enough hit points to sort of cover. I know the ammo is a auto-load. So that is something I have to watch out for, right? The problem with the ammo now is that he can clip me. So whatever I do, I cannot get close to that ammo. And I'm in a 1v4 situation right now, and I am up for 7 kills in this battle, because I've already got 6. And here's the WT. He did push forward on 74 HP, which is a good move for him to do. But, unfortunately, I'm fast, and I take him out, and I punish him for it. So, now I'm on 6 kills, and the ML at this point does the right move of starting to cap, because if he starts to cap now, he has the ability to draw me in close. That's what he wants. The ML wants me to be as close to him as possible, because I'm faster, I have the better gun, but he has the hit point advantage, and he also has the autoloader advantage, because I have to reload for 7 seconds, he doesn't. So, at that point, he has an advantage, and he's starting to cap, which is the right move here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to peek this side first, because there's a tiny area of the cap circle that you can see from here. It's like, okay, he's not there. That means I'm going to peek the other side now, because if I don't spot him from that other side, then I exactly know where he is. Because if I don't spot him right here, again, map knowledge, he has to be behind that house. Now, further map knowledge, I know how can I peek that house. If I go behind this house right here, and just see you go, my driving skills are horrible. If I peek like that, and I peek quickly, he has no chance. And now he is on 428 HP. I'm a 2-shot, he's a 2-shot. And now I'm going to fake running away. That is another great thing that you should take advantage of, is your spotting mechanic. Right? If you get unspotted in a situation like this, it happens after 10 seconds. So for those 10 seconds, you go in the same direction, and then once you're unspotted, you turn around. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop that move, because he just exited the cap circle. He's now back in, but for a second, he exited the cap circle, which meant that he's trying to chase me. If he exits the cap circle, that could mean he's trying to chase me. If I can't get behind the rock here, or behind the hill, then I'm dead, because obviously he can unload his remaining 2 shells into me. Now, he's back in the cap circle. I know where he is. And now I'm going to re-peek the same angle. I'm just going to hope that he thinks that I did go away. And he did think that, but this time he reacts a lot faster and gets a better shot. And now, I'm just going to stay here. I know where he's trying to go. Like, I know, based on his movement, he's now behind that house. If he peeks, he's dead. Which is why I never recommend you to go into cities, because then you have exactly that problem, is that you cannot be the one that peeks. And now, what we got here? Again, map knowledge, I know. Here's a bush, here's a lurvy, here's a rock, here's a bush. Which means if I drive all the way to the bush over there, there is nothing that the ML can do. He's not going to see me. But I can. And now, you see the problem right here. The aim circle is on him. I've got him in my sights. He's looking away. But look at the ammo. I have heat loaded right now. If I shoot heat, it might go into the wall and screw me over. But instead, very quick reaction, swap to AP, and we should finish him off. So, the secret to playing any tank, and especially badly armored vehicles, which are harder to play, is being fast with your decision making and with your knowledge. So, I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, see you in the next one. Goodbye.